Today is the day of the Super Bowl, and the winners won't be the Chiefs or the 49ers or even Usher, but the real winner of the Super Bowl this year is Beyonce. Beyonce just surprise released, as usual, 2 new singles. In addition to the singles, she starred in a commercial that was honestly one of my favorite highlights of the entire show. I don't really care about football, as you can tell. When Beyonce's there, I have to pay attention. In the commercial, which, to be fair, when was the last time we seen Beyonce do a commercial to this extent? But in the commercial, she announced that she'll be dropping Act 2 to her world-renowned Renaissance album. In today's impromptu video, we're gonna react to Beyonce's 2 new singles, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. I saw online that these singles are supposed to be country influenced. Let's not say country influenced because let's be honest, black people started country. Now, I might not be the biggest fan of country, but for Beyonce, I'll listen. So let's get on into this reaction. Hey guys, come on into this party. My name is Zay, and on this channel we'll cover topics from music, film, and all things pop culture. If this sounds like a party that you would like to attend, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below so that my videos can get a little bit more love in the algorithm. So the first song we're gonna listen to is Texas Hold'em. I see that there is an official visualizer, so I don't know if this is the official music video or is this just a visualizer. So let's get on into it. You can quickly hear the country influences on the song with the banjo playing in the background. It is just weird so far just seeing the juxtaposition between the sound of the song as opposed to what she's wearing, because what she's wearing is like traditional hip hop infused, even to a degree like very revealing R&B artist attire, so it doesn't really fully go into the theme with the country sound. However, I love the eye patch as well as like the gun pow. Pew pew!
Hold up, wait a minute, it's a 22. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.
I love that part of the video. Let's keep listening.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no
she looks good, but it's Beyonce. They always look good. I love how a lot of country songs always go to whiskey. It's like, is that a thing? I'm from Alabama, so most people in my town drink the Henny. So I need to know, like, is whiskey the main thing for country influences? Like, oh, we're gonna drink whiskey. The video is very much giving me I love that she always adds the harmonies and it sounds so beautiful, like the vocal stacking on this song. But Beyonce always does that, even from her earliest albums of like always doing those harmonies. And there's very few artists in today's time that really can do that. Some of the artists that come to mind with the vocal stacking is like, of course, Beyonce, but also like Ariana Grande. These are artists who really are talented and gifted in the art of music, and they can really do the vocal stacking that they don't need background singers to help influence their songs, but they can do it themselves. I wish there were subtitles so I could be able to show you the captions too.
One step to the right, we will run me to the left, then spin me in the middle, boy.
I love that she added the parts where she's like to the left, to the right, spin me in the middle, because that's like a really good way to start a dance trend. And of course we have to be honest with ourselves. Even if you might not like TikTok music or like TikTok and its influence on music, you have to admit that it is driving what a lot of the popular sounds, even on radio, are. And most of that is derived from TikTok. And so having a song that could be easily made into a dance, like, oh, do these steps, is really, really smart on her end to be able to help the song kind of get some more traction. I mean, it's Beyonce. She doesn't really need to do that, but it's always nice to have that added layer of sprinkle, you know what I mean? Maybe we could do this like in the when you're in elementary school and middle school where they make you do like the dance unit in PE or like the physical education classes. Like that could be one of that. Is Beyonce one of the artists whose music was taken off of TikTok? I know recently there was like a huge thing where Universal Music Group took all their music off because they couldn't come to an agreement with TikTok. And so I noticed immediately like my whole TikTok page is now dead because most of the artists that I was listening to were on that, signed to that group, and I can't remember what Beyonce is technically signed under because of all the publishing and all that's confusing to me. So hopefully we can be able to play this song on TikTok without it being taken down. So I like the rhyming scheme that she says when she's like, take it to the floor now, something something. I gotta learn the lyrics, okay? But I love that like rhyming scheme where it's like dun 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 dun. Like it just like it rolls off the tongue really easy and it's not overtly complicated to like sing. My favorite line is, "Don't be a bee, take it to the floor." Now, I love that line. So it's clearly not the official music video, it's just a repeated scene of her just walking with this very revealing outfit and doing like the pew pew, pew pew signal. So I hope that we actually do get visuals with this one, like actual music videos, but honestly, I can't be mad if she decides not to, especially because Renaissance was so successful without the music videos. It's Black History Month and she's blessing us with Black excellence. And again, I love that she's dipping into the country music because for so long, at least in recent times, like country music was deemed as more of like a white majority genre, but it has its roots in Black culture, and Black culture kind of helped to originate and derive what we know country music as today. It just got overhauled like another identity group. So it is really cool that she's being able to reclaim some of the power, especially as a person from the South and then from Texas, who is one of the more well-known areas for country music. A lot of like Black R&B and pop artists have been wanting to do more country music, i.e. like we have Lil Nas X, and then we have K Michelle, who are Black artists who are in other genres, but they do take a lot of influence from country music. It is really beautiful to see artists take advantage of like what they were raised around. Like it's really nice to take advantage of the influences that influenced your life. And so I really like this. It's given very much Reba McEntire, a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. YouTube, don't copyright me. All right, so that was Texas Hold'em. It's a nice little shindig song. Like honestly, I know that this one's gonna grow on me a little bit more, but I like it for what it is. So for right now, I'm gonna give it a 7.5, but if you ask me in about 24 hours, I probably might bump up to a 9, because this is a song that I can also see myself singing in the shower, like dun 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 dun, left and spin them in the middle, and then I bust my ass in the shower trying to do the damn dances because my shower is hella slippery and I need to buy a mat for it. But that was TMI. But no, seriously, I think this song will really grow on me, and this is like a good like clean the house type of song. Or even if you go to a hoedown, like I need to go get my cowboy hat and get my cowboy boots and go find me someone on the dance floor at the country clubs. So we'll see. All right, so that was Texas Hold'em. I really like the song. The visualizer's cute. Doesn't really correlate with the song besides the pew 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 parts. But yeah, so we'll see what 16 Carriages is giving. Let's go to 16 Carriages. I need to get my YouTube Premium back because I'm sick of all these damn ads that you can't skip. Okay, we're in the first 3 seconds of 16 Carriages and it's already a little bit of a slower beat. So I wonder if it's gonna be a more sentimental type of listen. Whereas Texas Hold'em was more of like a chill dance moment. I wonder will this be more of a like reflection moment, like more of a reflection type of song. Where will my reflection show? I don't know why, because I don't really know the lyrics that well yet, but honestly the song is making me tear up a little bit, so I'm not gonna cry. I'm definitely not gonna cry because I'm not really a crier, but for some reason I felt a little water in these eyelids of mine. So far she's kind of talking about her upbringing and how her family, her mom and dad did work super hard to make her who she is today, which yes, Beyonce didn't come from like poverty and come from like low income communities like the rest of us, to be honest. Like they still were a very like decent off family, but it doesn't take away like the hard work was still there, and that the family was pushing to make her a star and also helping her achieve her dreams to become this global phenomenon. I mean, she is like the biggest artist, if not like she is one of the biggest artists of the last 25 years for a reason. At a very young age of like being 15, 16 years old, she didn't get the chance to really be fully an adult because people try to undermine Beyonce's success and say like, oh, everything was given to her because she's pretty. But it's like, no, because you have people like Saweetie, who is a very beautiful woman, but she gets highly disrespected because people don't take her seriously, even though Saweetie has produced pretty decent music and has a brain on her and is a marketing genius. Pretty privilege does exist, so we're not gonna sit here and say it doesn't. We can't always use it as a way to negate when people are trying their best and are trying to work hard. I'm not trying to compare Saweetie to Beyonce. Like, I'm not saying they're the same because there's clearly an evident difference, but Beyonce did work hard, and like she said, like 19 years of her being on the road and like sacrificing her body and sacrificing her time with her friends and family just to give us a show and be this global phenomenon. And that's why it's important that we see like now in today's time, she kind of is more of like a recluse, like where she doesn't really post unless she's selling something. And it's like, it's good to have that separation where it's like, when you're doing this for so many years, it's like over time, it no longer becomes a hobby that you enjoy, it now becomes your work. And then it's like, how do you kind of eventually lose sight of what you really wanted to do?
long back road, all the tears I fight. Going so hard, now I miss my kids. Overworked and overwhelmed. I might cook.
No, can I get that on a t-shirt? Overworked and overwhelmed in today's generation? Bruh. Tell me about it. When people sit here and say, back in my day, like, no, baby, Gen Z, we have it literally the hardest. And I don't want to have an argument about whose generation is suffering.
Because if we're going to play that game, let's do it. Oppression Olympics. Let's go.
Have y'all seen inflation prices? When the cost of attendance at college has gone up like 300% since the 1990s, and the average pay for people my age has gone up 18? Miss me with the bullshit. Overworked and overpaid right here. And again, I always have to, oh Jesus. Did you enjoy that water ASMR that I provided you for the low price of free? Back to the video. Like I always say with Beyonce, one of my favorite things that she's able to do is vocal stacking, especially with the harmonies in the background. She doesn't need other artists to do it for her. She does it for herself. And so like even in this song and in Texas Hold'em, you can hear a lot of the background harmonies, and it's like, it's insane because you don't think about how much work goes into that, but there's probably like 15 layers of different vocal tracks on the back of that we don't see of her singing things in very different notes. But this just sounds beautiful, especially with the slower tempo of 16 Carriages. Like it really is beautiful. You can hear all the harmonies of the instruments as well as like the song. Okay, so that was 16 Carriages. It was honestly such a beautiful song, and I really did enjoy the reflection piece. I know at the very beginning I said just in the first 3 seconds it was given very much like reflection beat, and so it's really nice that she was able to reflect on her life and her life experiences, and just recognizing like, yeah, like even though she is this global phenomenon and she's a successful person, she did have to overcome a lot of struggles and challenges, and she's been able to, especially the last like, I would say like 10 years, be able to talk about her experiences in a little bit more in depth, because we don't really get a chance to really learn more about Beyonce and what she's going through on the behind the scenes end. But it is nice to when artists are able to also convey and connect and be like, yes, I am this superstar, but I'm not this, like, she's one of the last superstars we've been able to establish in today's time with the access to social media and just people losing that mystique, which might be a video, but loss of the superstar mystique. I might make that one. We'll see after Jada Pinkett Smith. Like the juxtaposition between Texas Hold'em, and it's more of a fun, go lucky type of song, but still really beautiful. But then 16 Carriages is beautiful in a whole other way because it's a reflection song. Texas Hold'em we can play at the club. 16 Carriages I'm gonna play after I get out the shower and I'm doing my skincare and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and be like, even though you might not be where you want to be at the very moment, you have overcome so many challenges to be in this spot, and you just be grateful for that. And so I really did enjoy both songs, and I will continue to listen to them, and I'm curious to see how this album will sound. This is not Beyonce's first time dabbling in country music. One of the more recent examples was Daddy Lessons from her Lemonade album in 2016, which she went on to perform at the CMT Awards with other popular country artists. And so those were some examples of her dabbling in it, and you could tell again that she was heavily influenced by country. Country and R&B do tend to have a lot of similarities in the production and how they are put on. It's just at this point in today's society, we kind of shelve all white artists who sing about, you know, pain and heartbreak and good times. They kind of put the white artists in the country, and then they put the black artists into R&B and hip hop. And it's like, we don't have to always isolate and segregate these identity groups into these two genres, but we realize that we need to sometimes come together and realize that they are kind of relating to similar things. Beyonce don't be doing videos like that no more, so it's just really nice to see her. And this was like a one that was not just her walking through a mirror and just like staring and being like, hi, here's a Pepsi. She was really able to actually like, she had a huge part in this. Like, she was really in the video. Like, you could tell this was not just a green screen and she was just plugged in, but no, she was there. She was in the moment. I love the callback to Break My Soul when she keeps saying, you can't break me, and then they're trying to break the internet. That was a cute commercial. I really did enjoy it. All right, guys, so that was the reaction to not only Beyonce's 2 new singles, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, but also her newest Verizon commercial. I like everything Beyonce does. Beyonce was actually the first album I bought as a kid. I was like 3 years old when Dangerously in Love album came out, and so I remember my mom bought it, and that was like one of the first CDs I remember like actually physically seeing it. It's like one of my first core memories and listening to it. And now to see her still releasing music and still being active and being such a dominant figure, not only in my life, but in the greater Black community, is just beautiful to see, because she is an inspiration to all of us. I give Texas Hold'em a 7.5, but honestly I might bump it up to an 8. And I give 16 Carriages a 9. I just really relate to the reflection pieces because it's always nice to be able to reflect, because maybe I'm not always in the mood for a dance moment, but I'm always in the time and in the mood to really react on my past life experiences. And so I really like 16 Carriages. The Verizon commercial, 9. Nope, the Verizon commercial is 10s across the board. The Verizon commercial was so good and she looked good in every single scene. And I love that this was like one of the, we don't always get to see goofy Beyonce, like goofy Beyonce being real goofy. And so it was just really nice that she was able to like be kind of funny and be like ironic in all of that. I could see Beyonce being the first woman to perform on Mars. Like she's not the first woman on Mars because, you know, Black history lessons here. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below, or follow me on any of my socials, all listed here. My handle on most of my socials is Zay_officially, XAE_officially, or you can watch one of my past videos, maybe linked here. Without further ado, thank you for coming to this party, and it's time for y'all asses to go home. See y'all later.